again, this wasn't here. This used to be a wall right here. This was the back of the garage. There used to be a wall here. This was like a little bathroom. Yeah, okay, so here's the back of the garage. This goes all the way across. There used to be a wall. And there was another wall right here, as you can see. And that used to go across to the chimney. And this used to be the bathroom. Stand-up shower, toilet, small sink, and wood benches, not benches, but wood cabinets that they just put together to hold things for storage. This used to be a door, as you can see. It wasn't quite this wide, but this used to be a door. This used to be the continuation of that wall that used to come over to here. And here there used to be a door that you'd go outside, but there was like a little 4x4 breezeway, so to speak, with a screen door. So you were able to come into here, get out of the weather, and take off your coat and hang it up and things like that. And then you would come into here. And once you came into here, I don't remember. Oh, okay, yeah. There was a potbelly, an old round potbelly stove here. And there was a window there and a little table. All right, for two to sit and have breakfast and, you know, be comfortable, but not spend a day there, I guess. This wall wasn't here. There used to be the stove, like I said, and above it was a big squirrel cage blower. This here way to get heat through the whole place, because they had the pot belly that used to go over into the chimney here. Actually, yeah, used to go into the chimney there, and then they put on the blower, the squirrel cage, and that would blow air around the place. This used to be a wall all the way down. All the way down to here. So this used to be a wall right here with a door here. Now this door was about 3 feet. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was almost 4 feet. It looks like it was just a piece of plywood that he used as a door. And this was all like cabinets. So this was almost like a kitchen. But at the same token, part of it was like a little workbench for him. Because again, they were living here while they built the house. So, and then if you came through here, the garage door was down. There's a garage door up there. And there was living quarters here, which was a pull-out sofa, stuff like that. And then there was another wall right here, where this white line is. Yeah, you can see it right here. There was another wall here, and this is the top of it, because this is all open up there. There's more space up there if I wanted to take this down. Now that I say that, I can probably use that space. But and they used to store things up there. And this used to be a big closet that they used to be in. And that would go from the wall there over to here. And it was just all closed off. It had a closet door that stood up about 5 feet. It wasn't tall. And it was about 3 feet wide. And that's what they had there. And this was like their living area. This is where they slept, watched TV, whatever it was, you know, black and white with an antenna, and that was it. And their heat came from the stove with the blower motor. I mean, they you know, it was kind of tough for them. Well, you know, the kids today have no idea. This wasn't here. That was there. This was here. And this frame was here. And this was just open. So they were able to sit here, open the door, and sit here and still be protected, you know, from the elements if it was like in the summertime or something, you know, or if they wanted to bring something up here and set it here, you know, so they can get it into the house. This, where this wall is that you're seeing closed in, this all used to be a screened-in porch all the way around. This was all screened in. This door used to be a storm door. Now again, imagine none of this being here. I mean, none of this front door here anyway. This was always here. So you'd walk in here, you open up the screen door, and this wasn't here either. This was a rail. You'd walk onto the porch, and then you'd walk in the door there. I think I got it pretty well straightened out for you. So, you know, it worked for him. And it worked for me for a while, but then I started needing more room. So now, getting back to where I started originally with that camera. I put this up, and this is where my computer used to be originally. This wasn't here. None of this was here. Just, I put this little counter up, and then my computer was here. I closed that in. I put that so I can see out, and I had that camera up there. And then this is where I used to hang out at the computer, right here. And then the saw and everything, and basically this was it. And then gradually I started running out of space, and I wanted to make changes. I wanted to get heat, so I started making changes. I got rid of the potbelly stove because it really wasn't safe to use anymore. I bought that wood burner there, and that used to be here when I first put it in. And then I chopped a hole in the chimney and had it venting. Well, you can't see it because I filled it in now, but it went up there. And this wasn't here. This is just done recently. I did it this past summer. And I moved that over there. And that's kind of like where the whole thing was, if you can kind of visualize it anyway. This is the ceiling. I never changed it. This is the color because I don't know if that's soot from the old stove that used to blow or if he painted it black. Well, it looks like soot, doesn't it? So, and that's that. So, and then when I decided to knock the wall out, I put up some 2x8s, which they're actually 2x7.5s. I doubled them up. I put a piece of plywood in between, and sandwiched the plywood in there. That gives you a more of a stable and a better support. And then I used that one beam there, and then I took the wall out because it was just getting in my way. And that's kind of where I'm at. And then, like I say, over here, I put all this foam board up for installation because this goes up about another 2.5 feet. And that was just a lot of wasted space, you know, as far as sucking up heat. So that's why I decided to kind of close all this in a little bit. But now that I mentioned this being open back there, there's really no reason why I can't push that back, put another piece up on the top and box that in, and have maybe a 18 to 24 inch shelf up there all the way across so I can put things up there. I didn't even think of that, but you know. Oh, and then there's dead space up here too. I forgot about. When I put this up, well, the roof came down to here. So if I take that down, you'll see where the roof actually goes up like this. So there's like 2.5 feet here, and I forgot what the pitch was on it, but I can probably go back at least 2 feet and still have space. But it was the easiest way to close it in was to just run it like I did. Otherwise I would have had to cut a base, and I would have had to cut a back, and then I would have had to cut the tops in and all that, and I didn't feel like going through all that. But there's space up there too if I needed it. And that's kind of like how the shop started, or the garage. It's a garage. We don't use it as a garage. And then one day a couple friends were over and said, "Gee, nice shop." And I thought, okay, so I started calling it a shop. Yeah. And that's kind of like what started all that. And then I decided to add this on because everything I was doing there was getting dusty because of the saws and everything. And then I wanted to start getting into radio, and the wife bought that for me I don't even know when now, 3, 4 years ago. I don't even remember when I put this up. It was probably, oh geez, I couldn't even tell you when. That reminds me, there was somebody on YouTube at the time, heavyset guy, used to do a lot of building, and not building like homes, but used to do a lot of carpentry work. And a heavyset guy, he worked his ass off. I don't remember who he was. But when I started this, he asked me if I was going to pour a slab instead of putting the pressure treated. And I said, well, I'd like to, but if I did, it was probably going to take quite a bit because this is about 2.5 feet off the ground. So, you know, if I were to do that, I would have had to do a lot of filling in. I'd probably have to put in some type of a foundation, you know, so that it wouldn't settle. So it was easier just to put the sonotubes in the ground and just build it out of all pressure treated. And it's holding up just fine. Everything underneath is pressure treated. There's plenty of room underneath for, you know, for it to breathe. It doesn't get wet, you know, so it seems to be working okay. So that's kind of it. I think I did this about, I couldn't tell you, maybe 4 years. I know I did some video on it. I'm gonna have to check that. I gotta check. I don't even know if the videos are still up. I don't know if YouTube takes them down after a while, or, you know, if they only allow so many. If they only allow so many, I'm in trouble. Well, that's another thing, guys. For the life of me, I don't know if it's just me, which it probably is. I cannot figure out how to do that AdSense thing. They keep sending me things to sign up. I have ads on my videos that they started putting on there, so I know if they started putting them on there, I'm good for it. But I just can't make heads or tails of it. I just don't know. There's some things that I just go brain dead on. I did get to a point at one time to where I had put in an account. They put 81 cents into my account, and then I had to verify it, but I could never find where I was to verify it. I mean, it was just one nightmare after another. So if anybody wants to help me with my AdSense, I'll be more than happy to take the help, because I can't figure it out, you know. I don't know if it's just I don't have the patience for it, I don't have the time for it, I don't know what it is, or it's just because I got so much paperwork going on as it is. Usually I'm pretty good at figuring things out, but for some reason I cannot figure it out. So if anybody wants to give me a hand with step by step, I will definitely take advantage of that offer. So, and if not, screw yous all. I'm only kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about the help, but I'm only kidding about screw you all. Let me turn this light off. Oh, I still got nails over here. Jeez. What the hell's in this box? Oh, more nails. Now, what was that just fell down? I have no idea. I'm not going to worry about it now. Well, maybe I should. Maybe it's something I need. No, I don't think so. See what happens? Boy, do I get off. Piece of wood. I'm going nuts for a piece of wood. Well, wait a minute. There's more shit down there. Wait a minute. A CD and SD card holders. Well, it's nice to know I got SD card holders there. But... oh, and I got a container here. I was looking for a container because I keep a lot of things in them. See if there's any cards in these card holders. I don't think so, but you never know with me. Doesn't look like it. These were dog treat containers, and or even some of these, but here I have padlocks, all different types of padlocks. Here's all the different air fittings. These are those little U-clamps for putting, you know, pipes against the wall or something, hangers and things. Hose fittings. These are clamps that they use for the irrigation pipes. So they're, or any type of hose you can use them on. Here's some more barbs and stuff like that. Here's some more hose stuff. These actually shouldn't be here because I keep forgetting about them. Those are plugs, different types of plugs. These are for doing tile work. They're spacers. These, this is electrical. This is when you're putting wire through a box. Let me get the stick out of the way. When you're putting wire through a box, you need to have that piece so that the wire doesn't shake around and cause a fire. Well, that's what that's all about. And then up there I have things I haven't even used. I got a torch up here that's brand new. I don't even know if it's any good anymore. I've never used it. I never unraveled it. I bought it 10 years ago, maybe longer. I have no idea. Not long after we bought the house. Actually, let's take it down and take a peek at it. What do you think? Let me put it there for a minute. Turn on some light. And let's see what it looks like. Because again, someday, if I ever get a project big enough to where I think I need to go get my tanks, ammunition. I keep, oh God. No matter where you turn here, you're going to find ammunition. I think that's for the AK. Screwdriver. I was looking for that. Heat shrink. I started cleaning up over there. Well, you know what happens. All this shit ends up over here. I'm walking around with a stick in my hand. Smart move. Hose. I can beat bare feet on the bottom. Boom, boom. Plastic. That should be enough. Let me go over there and see if I can pull from this ground. I don't even know what the hell my problem is. You know, you start putting things away, or building things, you don't think about, I don't even know what's in this one. Look at the dust on it. It's been a while, whatever it is. Oh, it's a nail gun. Photo cable. Okay. Okay, this is a torch set. What did I write on there? It's a WT4000 AV Campbell Hirschfield, I think. Never used this. It doesn't even want to open. Yeah. Never used it. Been sitting here for 10 years. Someday, I have to buy some tanks or rent them or whatever, but never used it. I don't think the hoses are bad. I don't know. I know this stuff probably is okay. I don't know about the hoses, but I don't think they're going to be that bad. I should ask somebody. I don't want to ask where I go to get the tanks, because they're going to say, oh, you should buy new hoses. But